Okay, this exercise will cover inheritance and then polymorphism. So let's look at the examples here. Design a class named person and then two subclasses. So we have person. Let me make it as a small rectangle that represent a class. We have a student subclass. We have another subclass, extend person. Then it says faculty, staff, subclasses of employee. Okay. So extend employee, extend employee. So up to this point, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 classes. So we have inheritance or hierarchy in 3 levels. We have person, and then data field, name, address, phone number, and email address. Student has class status, one data field. Employee has office salary and date hire, 3 data field. Faculty, we have office hours and then rank, 2 of them. Staff member has a title, 1. These are just saying additional things to do. Override toString methods in each class and then display class name and the person's name. Okay, so that's something we need to do additional. So this exercise is about inheritance, so we focus on setting up in some sort of a hierarchy. So person, let me just write down class name, subclass called students, and then employee. So employee has 2 subclasses, faculty and staff. For simplicity, I will just write it down data field, then without constructors and methods. Okay. Name string, again, data type is up to you. I will come up with something simple. Phone number, I will just say phone string, and then email. Okay. So we have a class name, data field. Next one's supposed to be constructors and then methods. Let me move down here. Let me move down here and then there. And then employee should be subclass. Okay. So we are looking at students. That's a freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior. I will say integer. Basically saying number 1, number 2, number 3 for third year, number 4 for the final year. It doesn't say anything else, so we have 1 data field. Okay. And then setter and getter for status, I will just omit. Employee here, we have office, salary, and day hire. Again, it says that subclass, so point to person. Faculty has office hours and rank. Again, I will say int. So that I will say assistant professor number 1, associate number 2, professor number 3. For staff title, I will do the same thing, int. Manager becomes 3, okay? Let me move away more space. Class name, data field, and ideally constructor methods. Extend employee. Staff also subclass. So we have a title. And then override the toString method in each class. Okay. So we have toString methods, public. Then we can override that toString methods in student and employee, also faculty, and then staff. Here I think that's the mistake. Title should be int, okay? So let me quickly check everything seems okay. Int, and then rank also int, okay. Okay, let's create a new project and then continue. Okay. Let me bring it up. Here we can start with this is main method, so we can keep it. For application, first one we start with the person. Superclass. We go to students. This is subclass, so we say extend person. Let's finish the hierarchy first. Employee. Extend person again. This time, faculty extending employee. One more to go, stop. Also extending employee. So that's all about inheritance, okay? Everything else is straightforward. We are just going to work on data field and then methods. So please try by yourself. Next one, address. I will not include Java docs. You should keep it. Phone number. Email address. Then one more thing to go. toString method usually I put it at the end. All of them. I'm going to use only default constructors, so I'm not going to explicitly declare. Same thing here. I'm going to focus on only one data field. Integer and toString methods. Because it says that override toString method in each class to display class name and the person's name, but I'm going to print it out everything to do with the class, okay? Also, it's supposed to be constant. So let me declare as a constant. Freshman number 1, first year, or year 1, 2, 3, 4. Equal to 2. Say default value is freshman, okay? Let's go to employee. We have office. Okay. We have a salary, double type. One more to go, date hire. Let's look at faculty. Here, office hour, I think I will keep it as a short name, hours. Okay, we keep it short. So here our string, again, setters and getters. Okay. There is a linking integer here. That happened to be constants. Okay. So we are looking at assistant professor, associate professor, or professor. Okay. Those are constants. Again, the last one is staff class. We have constants, three of them. Start with assistant. And then officer. Then manager is equal to 3. Again, there should be 2 and 3, okay? Okay, let me look at toString methods. Students, again, I forgot. Insert toString. I'm going to insert only status, not the constants. Constants, no. Just print class status, okay? Super toString, so we can print everything belongs to is superclass. Next one we do toString. Out of them, again super toString, invoking superclass toString methods. In other words, we are overriding toString methods. We will do only hours and then length. Super toString. Again, going to have a title only. Again, the last part of exercise 1, 2, 3, 4. We construct 5 objects and then invoke toString methods. So let me start with the person. Using default constructor, student employee faculty, and then stop. It says invoke toString methods, so we are looking at name, but we are going to print everything, okay? Everything to do with subclass. So student's name, employee, again set name, just create one here too. Default value unknown. So let's use toString methods. 1 to 4 times. Student, employee, faculty, and stop. So at least we can see the name unknown, John, Jenny, and Arthur, and Jennifer. Okay. We are using toString methods. We override it with additional information with the status. It's going to give us default value 1. Get person, employee, default value null. Length is 1, title is 1 as well. Leave one space here, leave one space here, so they can be more readable. So think about this part again. If you remember polymorphism, supertype can process a subtype or reverse the subtype. So if you use polymorphism, person object can reverse to student, employee, faculty, and staff. So let's create one method called display person. I'm going to send the person object because we are going to call with the main method. We call it as a static void display person. Parameter person class person object. Processing is straightforward. System are println with toString methods. So we are going to use same polymorphic methods. So we can just pass students. So employee pass to person object. Also faculty staff will be passed to person object. So we just need one methods, okay? You don't need multiple overriding methods. This is what we call as a dynamic binding. It does exactly the same, okay? Student, employee, additional faculty, and staff. So terms we use here is dynamic binding. So Java virtual machine will decide which object to use during runtime, okay? So here, what if we don't have that toString methods? Comment it, then here, comment it. Let's see what happens. So just focus on stop. The stop, just say it doesn't show you anything. Just say stop at unique ID, because I did not make a comments for employee and still shows up. So let me just say comment it out. Try again. Now we see only package name and then unique ID. But if you look at here, person, we don't have a toString methods, then where that toString method shows up. Every class we have extend object class as a superclass. Let me visualize it. We have 5 classes here. Even though you don't explicitly declare, you have one superclass top of your person class. Superclass called object comes with your class, and then it has one method called toString. So when we declare toString methods, we actually overriding toString methods belongs to object class. So let me just type it here. Even though you do not declare, you are actually extending object class by default. So you can remove it. You don't have to explicitly declare, okay? So uncomment. So that's the idea of dynamic binding. It will just follow the hierarchy or inheritance chain. Then JVM knows which method to invoke according to hierarchy. So we have person class. We have a status. Just let me add one more sample data. Student set status. Default value is freshman, so I will change to junior. And then let me try one more. Faculty also has ranking. Set rank instead of assistant professor, which is number 1, I change to professor. Number 3. And then staff has title 1, 2, 3, okay? Change to 3, which is manager, I think. So if you run it, at least you can see 3 more data sets, okay? Number 3, and then happen to be all number 3. Okay, and this exercise was about inheritance and polymorphism. Please try again. That's all. Thank you.